Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
This is the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast.
Welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Guys, we are back to talk about Batman, the animated series. Of course, we're going to talk about episodes 11 through 15. But before we do that, I just want to thank, for those who are listening, thank you. Thank you for listening to this series here. We've been having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. My guests are enjoying it. This is a great show. I recommend everyone to watch the show because, you know, it is the best Batman product we have out there. With that being said, let me introduce my guests out here. My first guest, he usually have second chances. It is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I'm way past second chances. We're up to like 5 or 6 by now, baby.
Oh,
doing great.
Fantastic. Well, my second guest, my last guest here, he is reformed. Dun dun dun! It is Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
I'm reformed. You said this is the best Batman. It's better than the Dark Knight. You think? It's better than the Batman?
I said it's one of the best products of Batman out there.
I think you said it's the best, but you know what?
Did I?
Either way,
Whoops!
it's really good.
It's pretty good. Well, let's get it going, guys. Episode 11. It is called Baby Doll. Brian Daly, one of the stars of the play Death of a Salesman, exits a theater with the two co-stars after performance, only to hear a girl sobbing. Curious, Daly follows the sound and finds a little blonde girl leaning against the wall and crying. He kneels beside her and asks her if she's lost. The girl, shielding her face with her hands, claims that her big brother has left her by herself. Daly offers her a handkerchief. The girl takes it and thanks Daly, finally revealing her face, a shocked expression across his face. But before he can react, he's knocked out cold by a silhouette from behind. The girl tippy-toes around him, apologizing for playing rough. Have you guys watched or seen the play of the Death of a Salesman? I haven't.
No, I was surprised when you said that because I was play. Like I wasn't expecting that. I assumed that they would have made something up, but apparently not.
It was on the thing.
Yeah.
Look, man, I told you I didn't watch the episodes.
I'm starting to think you really didn't watch them. we're gonna find out.
But have you seen the play of Death of a Salesman?
No, I already said no.
No, okay. Yeah, me either. I heard it's great.
It's definitely a play that people have heard of.
Yeah, like a 1960s play around there. The next day, Batman and Robin are browsing through the photos of missing actors from a 20-year-old sitcom called Love That Baby, which Robin remembers from when he was a kid, but admits he never liked the show. Daly's the latest actor from the show to disappear. The blonde girl, as it turns out, is Mary Louise Dahl. The last name is Dhal. The show's baby doll. According to Batman, Dahl suffers from a severe hypoplasia. Right, yeah, plasia, an extreme rare medical condition that
She's got Andy Milonakis disease.
Yes. Say that one more time.
She's got Andy Milonakis disease. That's
Thank
not
you.
what it's called. There's just another. There's an actor in real life who has.
Oh, who's that actor?
Andy Milonakis.
Okay,
That's why I said it 4 times.
I'll look him up. Don't worry, I'll look him up to read about him.
Okay.
Well, again, it's a rare medical condition that prevented her body from physically aging. So in this case, she stopped growing past the age of 5. Though she would be 30 years old now, she still looks like a little baby. So this is our first appearance of Mary Louise Dahl, or Baby Doll. What do you guys think about this character?
This is the character. I think it's a Bruce Timm original for the show. Is that correct?
I think that is correct because I have not seen any comics of Baby Doll.
Yeah,
There is one.
I'm pretty sure this is. She's only from this. And it's one of those things that when I think of the show, I do remember like this character. And I'm trying to think of another thing to say other than because whenever you ask about villains on the show, I'm always like, oh yeah, they're iconic. I'm trying not to say the word iconic as far as like relating to this show, but it kind of is.
Yeah. It is pretty much is, man. The thing is, for this character, it reminds me of the movie with Vera Farmiga. Came out like 2009. Oh, Orphan. It reminds me of Orphan. Yeah, Orphan.
A little girl was not a little girl.
Oh no, she was like 40 at least.
Yeah. That came out in 2009.
Also,
I'm getting ads for that now. They're remaking it or something?
I think there was a sequel. Yeah. There's a sequel to that. But she also reminds me of our friendly Russian kid, Hasbullah. Well, he's not a kid. He's like 21.
Mike Tyson didn't know that.
Oh, Mike Tyson did not know that.
So, and again, I of course didn't watch this episode because why would I? But yeah, my first thought upon learning of this character was this must be Abrar's favorite character in Batman animated history because it falls into all of his stupid ass inside jokes that he loves. It's a dumb, dumpy little baby child. This is Hasbullah. This is Spencer Breslin. This is Riddler. This is Beans. This is Beans. This is your ballpark. This stupid ass Shirley Temple ass Andy Milonakis ass trifling ass bitch.
Oh God.
Ooh, there was venom in that. There was hatred.
Oh well, I'll tell you this, Daniel.
Yeah.
Not
you
really,
her, right?
No, not really.
Oh, so you only like boys. You're sexist. Okay.
Whoa. Well, let's move on here, guys. There are interrupted by a radio call from Detective Bullock.
I don't like that we called Spencer Breslin dumpy just there. Come on, he was a cute kid.
He's a good kid.
He
man.
wasn't a cute kid. But he's fine now. I've seen what he looks like as an adult. He aged decently.
He's a human.
He's a human now. He was a dumpy troll in what was it? You Wish.
He didn't mean to.
Have you guys seen that video of Beans like dancing without a shirt? Like grown up now, like in his 30s.
Are you thinking of Gibby from iCarly?
No, there's a video of Beans out there. Like right now, like a few years ago. He's just like vibing. No. He was just hanging out. He was just dancing, but he looked weird though.
Oh,
No
come
offense.
on! Don't.
No offense.
It's not his fault.
It's not. It's not.
They grew him in a lab that way.
They did. Yeah. So they're interrupted by a radio call from Detective Bullock requesting immediate backup and stopping an attack at the same theater where Brian Daly disappeared from. Batman and Robin arrive, but are unable to stop the attackers from kidnapping another co-star from the show, Tommy Vance, who's appearing in Death of a Salesman. They try to give a chase in the Batmobile, but Baby Doll throws herself in front of the car, forcing Batman to avoid her.
Did you think
Yeah.
that was a little odd that we start and she gets this one actor from the Death of Salesman play, and then she has to come back and she gets a different person from the same play who also happened to be on the show?
That is strange.
Like you'd think like get one person from a play, maybe the next one is in like a toothpaste commercial. Maybe like the dad has to be a party clown now, just like places actors could be. Maybe the sister failed and she's just a waitress. but it's like she got one from the play, left, and then came back to get someone else from the play.
It's not a good strategy, I think, from
It
her
worked.
at least.
It did work.
It did work. Well, the Batmobile crashes and the attackers manage to escape. Robin holds a crying baby doll in his arms while the girl keeps asking for her mommy. A red-haired woman emerges from the crowd and takes the little girl into her arms and starts insulting her. Baby replies with her trademark line from the TV show, "I didn't mean to." And Batman and Robin realizes who she is. Baby doll throws a kickball smoke bomb and disappears in the smoke along with her mommy. I would say this girl's crazy.
Yeah.
She's a little nuts.
Oh yes.
The dynamic that the Batman and Robin go to Summer Gleason and ask her why the baby doll would hate her former co-stars enough to kidnap them. Summer tells them that it's the exact opposite. They should hate her as she got them laid off when she left the show. She gives them tapes about the show so Batman and Robin can review its history of it, including its end. Back at her hideout. This is my favorite scene here. Baby doll is setting up a birthday cake, stating her last birthday with her former co-stars didn't go so well. Todd roars in disgust. He said, "You mean you had us brought here just to you could throw yourself a surprise party? That's it. I always knew you were a selfish little brat, always throwing your temper tantrums and making life miserable for the rest of us. Well, this time you've gone too far. Expect a call from my lawyer." Todd then tries to leave, but the red-haired woman knocks him back. Baby doll insults her father for losing his cool. Todd reminds her she's not his daughter, and they're not a family, adding, "We're actors. Remember? You canceled our show because you whined you weren't getting enough attention." I can relate. I'm just joking. Baby doll adds she realized she made a mistake. In her real voice, she explains she had it hard out there. That's why she's bringing the show back. Guys, what advice would you give Baby doll at this moment?
Grow up.
Oof.
I don't think she can grow up. She's
No.
She
I just
can't,
mean that
not
physically. I don't just mean that physically. I mean like she's a little like a Animaniacs character.
She is
Yes.
a real ass
I mean,
animated character. She really does look like it.
She's the most Warner Brothers animation character we've ever had on this show. To the point where she does like Animaniacs or Looney Tunes like face gestures. There's a point where she she tells her bodyguard to kick the crap out of the old man, she just kind of does this like smug smirk and like just points to him really fast. Very, very Animaniacs was my thought the whole time.
Yeah, again, like Warner Brothers, right? That what was anime? Was that show on during this show, or was that like later?
Before
Yeah.
this, it may have been like rebooted or something at some point and like had some amount of crossover, but I would bet money that it was before this.
Is it that old?
Yeah, I think so.
It did come back a couple years ago.
It did. I think it was on Hulu.
So it was released 1990 to 1994, and then it stopped, but then it started back up 1995 through 1998.
Okay. And then they had a movie, right?
I mean,
I'm sure they had one.
I don't know. I know that they brought it back in like 2020. They brought it back in 2020.
Yeah, recently. Hey man, kids needs to know about Animaniacs. They had that song, right? They telling all the countries in the world.
That is one of their bits.
It's good. Back to the Batcave, Batman and Robin has been watching the tapes and reading old newspaper clippings about the show. During their research, Robin claims that the show is worse than they thought of the supervillains they've fought ever done to them. But on a more serious note, Robin tells Batman that it turns out that during the show's last season, ratings started to go down. And in an attempt to boost them, the show's executives added a new character called Cousin Spunky, who quickly replaced Baby Doll as a favorite character on the show. He became the most popular guy. In fact, that even people who hated the show, such as Robin, liked Spunky. Feeling that Spunky was stealing her spotlight, Doll quit the show in a furious way, forcing its cancellation and putting her co-stars out of their jobs, and attempted to launch a career as a serious actress. The attempt failed due to her performance receiving a PU from the critics, and she hasn't been heard from since. The actor who plays Spunky is only a cast member who hasn't been kidnapped yet, and Batman and Robin form a plan to trap Baby Doll and rescue her former co-stars.
It's funny that she got such bad reviews for her performance because she was just like doing I don't remember if it was actual Shakespeare, but she was just doing like a monologue on stage. And I'm assuming people weren't willing to look past her tiny little baby looks, so they just thought it was bad, but it didn't seem that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Oh, what actor is like Baby Doll? Like an old actor who has a baby face.
I mean, I already said Andy Milonakis, but there's probably others.
Other than the people with a condition?
Yeah. I was thinking Karate Kid. What's his name? Daniel Ruz. Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio. Yeah, he's got kind of a baby face. I would have probably said like what's his name? Coleman?
Gary Coleman.
Oh, he had a condition, right?
He was small. Yeah.
Hard to say.
I don't want to say Leo DiCaprio, but he looks old.
Leo
now.
DiCaprio only dates young women.
Oh, that's the issue.
I mean, now you're like tiptoeing into the line of like actors who don't look like how they've aged for a long time. Like that was a joke with Keanu Reeves years ago. It's a joke with Paul Rudd right now.
Right. Paul Rudd.
It's also different from what we were really talking about.
That is true. Well, let me get back into the topic here. Spunky, now an overweight man in his 20s. Damn. Is playing
out in his garage.
I know, he's playing guitar in his garage here. When he's kidnapped by Doll and Miriam under the ruse of a passing mother and baby disrupted by the loud music. He is taken to her hideout, which
obviously they were just there to kidnap him, but the idea of how like the out of context, them walking her baby in the stroller. It's a public neighborhood. This guy's on his own property, and she walks up to him like, "Excuse me, you woke up my baby." And he's just like, "I live here. What do you go away?"
Oh, we have those Karens out here. You gotta watch out.
Oh yes, Karens existed back then too.
We never had a term for them, but now we do. So watch out for them. Man, at least in the 1600s, I'm sure there's some Karens out there.
1600s in the Karens.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything better going on back then. They didn't have other things to worry about.
No, nothing. They just saw aren't there witches?
They had to walk up to ye old customer service and start yelling at people.
They always do that.
The original Karens were witches.
There are. Daniel, do you believe they're with the big nose and that pointy hat of the Karens of the 1600s? I believe so.
I don't know about big nose and pointy hat, but Daniel's mother does practice witchcraft.
My mom does do witchcraft. It's pretty cool.
Wait. You're not joking.
No, my mom can do hexes.
Oh, we're gonna talk about some hexes soon. Don't worry.
She's got like the cabinet full of crystals and potions.
Not quite a
potions,
cabinet, but she does have a couple. She does charge them in moonlight. She does sage the house.
Yeah.
I know your mom. I don't think she's the witchcraft type of person.
Well,
they sneak up on you
because she is.
Oh God. Oh well.
She does astral projection.
Yeah,
I can see it.
She's been astral projecting to help the Russia-Ukraine war.
Whoa.
She's doing it for the right people.
We don't know. We don't want which side she's on.
I don't want.
She's on witch god's side.
Okay, good. Well, he is taken to her hideout, which has been decorated into a mock-up of the show's set. As the actors protest, pointing out that after all, it was technically Mary's fault the show got canceled in the first place. She angrily retorts that her life after the show was a failure, so she's going back to the way things were before. Do we blame Spunky for Baby Doll's behavior?
No, he was following a script.
He was an actor. He's moved on.
That might have not even been his real garage. He might not even be fat.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's a solid bit because we're about to learn. Bro.
Yes, she plans to reenact a birthday party episode, only with dynamite planted in the cake. She also doesn't step away from the rigged cake, indicating that she tends to commit suicide and kill her former co-stars in the process. At the last second, Spunky grabs the dynamite in his mouth and flings it away, saving the others and revealing himself to be Robin in disguise. We thought
I didn't see that one coming.
Yes, we thought Batman was known for disguises. No, Robin knows ball too, man.
Yet under Mission Impossible mask disguise, he was he fooled everyone.
I think it was still the same voice actor, so I could kind of tell.
No, actually,
well, I didn't watch the episode, so actually I couldn't.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sure you have.
I definitely noticed. It was the voice actor for adult Spunky was, what's his name? Is it Jason Marsden?
Is that really?
He's the voice of like Max Goof in the Goofy movie. Daniel.
They hired a second guy to do the exact same voice that Robin already does in the show.
He's probably around in the studio. He's been a lot of voice work. He was in Fallout New Vegas.
That is true.
Everyone check out that game. Is on PlayStation Store.
It's a good game. It's on many stores.
Oh, Kmart.
Kmart does not exist anymore.
Oh, sorry, Circuit City.
Circuit City.
Sorry.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Sorry, Blockbuster.
What is wrong with you?
Is Radio Shack still around? He's gonna say that next.
Radio Shack. Okay. In rage, Baby Doll points her rag doll, Mr. Happy Head, disguised a machine gun, as Spunky, while when Batman makes his entrance, disarming both Baby and her guards, Batman and Robin explain that they managed to get the real Spunky to safety after explaining to him what was going on and disguise Robin as him. While do you think Spunky was offended when he saw that Robin was disguised as him?
I bet the
'cause he
real
doesn't look
Spunky
anything
isn't
like
that
that.
fat. Yeah,
But he's hot.
Yeah.
he's just like a normal looking guy. And then Robin's like, "Look, I'm you." It's like, what the hell?
He's like wearing a fat suit like Nicolas Cage in the new Madden movie.
Oh boy, that's a 5 out of 5 movie right there. It's gonna be a fun.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, so he was disguised as Robin as him, while also planting a tracking device on him, so they could find where the real doll and the co-stars were being hidden. But the baby's mommy, who is revealed to be Baby's henchwoman named Miriam, attacks Batman and Robin with her impressive martial arts skills, giving Baby the chance to run away. The duo is quick to dispose of the women, and Batman continues to pursue Baby Doll while Robin frees the actors and guides them to safety. Dude, this woman, she knows jiu-jitsu or karate.
There's a point where somebody is like, what's your problem, lady? I don't remember exactly what they say, but she does say the line, "It's a living." Like, she's just here because she's being paid.
She's a Flintstones appliance.
Yeah, that's good. The pursuit takes the pair into the Funland amusement park, where Baby Doll ends up in the House of Mirrors. It's like Bruce Lee. As she lies in wait for Batman, Doll sees her reflection in the various trick mirrors. One of them elongates her reflection to make her appear like she might have looked like as an adult if there's no medical condition.
Man, this is a magic mirror. It doesn't just make her taller and she kind of looks like an adult. This is like the mirror from Harry Potter. She just sees what she's always wanted to be.
Yeah, it could be magic. It could be a Snapchat filter. It's impossible to know for sure.
Could be AI.
Could be AI. Abrar loves AI. We know this.
No, you can use it for fun, but not for crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
But this, she realizes in her true voice, is just as much of an illusion as the creation she was trying to make. Breaking down, she begins shooting mirrors at random, aiming to shoot Batman before finally turning to the reflection of her real adult self. With tears streaming down her face, she shoots it and continued to pull the trigger even after she exhausted all of her bullets.
Animaniacs.
Her Animaniac bullets.
When she shot Wacko, Yakko, and Dot, she kept doing it. She kept going.
Batman appears and gently takes the doll from her unresisting hands. She cries as she clutches tightly at Batman's leg, and he places an understanding hand on her head. At her words, she said, "I didn't mean to."
And she meant it that time.
She kind of did. Well, was this Baby Doll episode a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I like the tragic nature of the Baby Doll character. I do think the cartoony Animaniacs like style to her.
Yeah.
It's like WB's trademark back in the day, but it was also, I think, for this a little distracting at times. So it kind of walked the line of being like, yeah, it's funny, but it kind of takes me out of how sad the character's supposed to be. I think the ending scene kind of saves it thematically. And I think that shot of, Batman, like her holding onto Batman's cape while crying, he kind of consoles her for a second. I think that that drives this episode home to give it a thumbs up.
I agree. Daniel, do you hate this Baby Doll?
I do hate Baby Doll. I don't hate the episode. I think, I didn't watch it, but if I had, what I would have thought was, that the ending was really good. I do like that bit. It's an interesting play on like potentially body dysmorphia or like not having the life that you wish, like the things like that. I think that there's a lot that plays into that. It is, I think, a little bit weird that she's still acting like a baby in that moment when we know that she's a 30-year-old woman. But like, sure, whatever. I think that ending is very good. I do think the rest of the episode doesn't like earn that ending. I think the rest of the episode is like, it's a little too goofy. I feel like they don't address the issues that they try to hit home at the end until right at the end.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate this episode, but I think I would have to give it a thumbs down just because I feel like what this episode needs is a rewrite, because I think it's a really good idea that is just not put together well. But again, I didn't watch it, so who's to say?
Stop saying that. I'm sure you watched it. I'm sure you watched it. No, Abrar, do you love this episode? No, yeah, I love this.
You want me to ask? Because I could have. It would
No. I always ask the questions here. But no, I love this episode. I feel like there's not a lot of reputation. Is it? Yeah, reputation. No, what's the word?
Representation.
Yes, there's not a lot of that when it comes to small people, and for this episode to address that, yeah. I think it's pretty cool. And also,
she's not a dwarf though. She has a highly specific, like, unaging disease.
True. I mean, it falls under that line, I guess. That
sure.
That
yeah, I bet that they
least
would have similar sort of body dysmorphia issues.
Just a very tragic character that has been cursed to never be taken seriously.
Yes,
and that's like pushed her to a breaking point.
100%. That's why the thumbs up for us, except for Daniel. I do have an interesting fact for this one. Baby Doll is a Baby Doll is one of the 3 villains whose voice actors changed between the 2 series. The other 2 being Scarecrow and Killer Croc.
I don't remember. I think Baby Doll only comes back one other time. There's one episode I specifically remember her being in, where she teams up, well, quote unquote, teams up with a different villain.
Yes, that'll be in season 3.
I don't remember the voice actor. Next one, so
we'll find out soon.
Well, Scarecrow gets replaced by Cillian Murphy at some point.
Oh, that's
Cillian?
Cillian Murphy at some point. And Killer Croc becomes that guy whose name I don't remember from Suicide Squad.
Yeah. The Oscar-winning makeup.
Really great makeup, for sure.
Well, that was episode 11. Let's get into episode 12, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. No, I'm just joking. It's the lion and the unicorn. No, I was making a joke. It's just another day in the Batcave. Bruce Wayne is working hard at Gotham. Jake Grayson is practicing his gymnastics routine, and Alfred is fussing over on both of them. This comfortable routine is interrupted when upstairs in the Wayne Manor, Alfred receives an unexpected phone call from England. His cousin Frederick, who needs Alfred's help immediately. Have you guys? Okay, what would you guys do when you guys get spam calls? Do you guys pick them up?
No, I don't answer.
For reasons I cannot disclose, I've been answering every phone call that I received for the last about 6 months.
Oh,
that's ominous.
That is. Oh, you don't guys like pick it up. Okay. Well, do you guys don't? And then, what do they say?
Most of the time, they're trying to buy my parents' house.
Oh.
I've received text messages like that. Like, hey, you want to sell your house? It's like,
and then, like, I don't own it. It's because for like my official
cool,
documents, I assume I still use my parents' house as like my permanent address because I move apartments relatively often, and it just doesn't seem worth it to change all of my shit every time I do.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
well, I guess don't pick up spam calls if you're not Daniel.
yeah, I have my reasons.
Oh, we know. Well, the next.
I don't even remember why you asked that.
Yeah,
I
this
think
wasn't a
because-
spam call. It was his friend.
Yeah, I know, but you never know who has a cousin named Frederick.
Alfred.
Not me. Oh, you're right. The next morning, Dick wakes and is surprised to see Alfred gone, having left a quick note of apology. He explains this to Bruce, saying that this is unlike Alfred, as his normal behavior is not to leave dirty dishes lying about, not even if England was sinking into the sea. Bruce sees Dick's point, but believes something is more important, that Alfred is clearly loyal to his native country. Have you guys seen that show? What was it called? Pennyworth?
Pennyworth? No, I didn't watch Pennyworth.
But,
I know it
but I
ends
did
in an
hear how it
insane way.
ends.
Yeah.
Oh. How does it? Oh, spoiler alert. How does it end? But I'm not going to watch it.
There's someone's getting married. It might be Alfred. I don't know. And in the background, a nuke goes off.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's not just a nuke goes off, but it's this very specific nuke that like canonically ties it into, I think, the Watchmen universe.
Oh.
Impossible for me to know.
Okay, then I might watch that show then. I think it's on what, Stars or whatever.
I'm sure it's just on Max.
Oh, I'm sure it's on. Yeah, that's true. I checked out the show. The name Frederick is actually Alfred's father's name, but on this show is his cousin. So that's a little fact.
I'm sorry, there was silence there. I was expecting you to move on, and I didn't have a reaction to it.
His what's name?
His
don't do this.
father's name.
No, you don't have to do this. Be the stronger man.
I love Gold Member. In London, Alfred is met on the street by a pair of thugs. They claim that Frederick has sent them, but Alfred sees through them and fights them off. He manages to outrun them as he makes a call to Gotham City to tell Bruce that he's in trouble. The thugs break in and capture him. Frederick is also taken, and they both are introduced by our captor. Oh god, Red Claw. Guys, are you guys happy to see the Red Claw back on the show?
Yeah, dude. She's
Well,
my
I definitely
favorite.
didn't
I love
expect
her.
it.
Exactly. I just, again, the Catwoman. What was it, the first episode of this series? We talked about Red Claw.
The
No,
Cat in the Claw. It
was. I think it was the second one that we talked about.
It was
chronically.
very early on, and it was a two-parter.
It was a two-parter. And it was the first Catwoman episode. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, I apologize to everyone who's listening because Red Claw is not a great villain. You guys know Breaking Bad, right?
She's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
She's okay. She's okay.
I would take her over Baby Doll, Claw King, Ventriloquist, and Ventriloquist is doo-doo butter.
No,
Wait.
no.
Claw King?
Yeah, he's just a dumbass. He's just an old man who, I was late to work one time and now I'm evil.
All right, that is true. That's true.
Plus, she's like one of the only characters. I mean, I don't like her, but she's one of the only villains in the series so far who had like an actual plan to do genuine evil. Like she's like a James Bond villain, and everyone else is a Looney Tunes character, which is
She's
fine.
a terrorist.
It's a cartoon. Yeah, she's a real ass terrorist.
But I just think she's like generic in one note. There's
She's
just
very
not a lot
generic.
going on.
But if it was live action and made when the show came out, she could have been played by China, and that would have been cool.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
yeah,
get Joni in some stuff.
Do it now.
Well,
okay, like Yeah, I know.
hate
I
to
know.
bring it.
When I said it, I knew I was like, yeah, I don't think she's around.
Who's the modern China? There's got to be like a big, not necessarily in wrestling. There's got to be like a
Ripley.
big muscly lady who can do movies.
Oh,
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea
Rhea
Ripley can't
Ripley.
act. We haven't seen it.
Well, she can't. She's Australian, so she probably can't act. Just kidding. All the Aussies out there.
What about that girl from Love's Lies Bleeding?
Didn't
Was
see it.
Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, I don't remember her name. She's been in other things though. That's
Star
definitely
Wars.
the movie she's most muscly in.
Oh yes.
Do you think Brock Lesnar's daughter can act?
I will never say a disparaging word about Brock Lesnar's daughter for
Neither will
reasons
I.
I hope
I
you would
respect my
understand.
life.
Well, in the scene here, when they got captured with Alfred and Frederick, so like in Breaking Bad, you know, when you're in Mexico,
Yes, and it gets yellow.
And everything's yellow.
when you're in London, it gets really foggy.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
true. For Jolly old London in it.
Jack the Ripper might still be there.
No,
in
Jack
Oh,
Ripper's in the
the
next
DC
episode.
animated universe, London.
Well, meanwhile, Bruce fills Robin in on Alfred's background before entering service with the Wayans. Alfred
Wayans?
The Wayans?
Alfred
Oh
was
no!
Holy.
Alfred was an AD on White Chicks.
oh.
He did. He choreographed the dance.
Oh, I bet he did. Alfred was highly trained agent of the British government. It was M6, M9, M2,
MI6.
MI6. There we go. He's an expert at resolving diplomatic and military crisis. Bruce also realizes that his cousin, not that cousin, but his cousin, is also an espionage fellow agent. Whatever trouble Alfred is in, it is a cause for concern. Batman and Robin flies to London.
So I
Where-
just want
yeah.
to say, I know that Robin didn't do that so that Batman could say it, so that we as children watching this can learn it. But Robin, you live with Alfred. You should know that.
You should have
Kind
more
of an
respect for him at
asshole for
least.
not knowing it.
He is new in the family. Maybe he didn't ask.
He's not that new.
He's been here for
he
years.
when he comes into the kitchen in that one scene that I didn't watch, and he's like, "Well, what is it? Butler's day off or whatever? All I found in the kitchen was this still frozen waffle or whatever the hell he was holding."
Yeah.
Give Batman
guys-
Robin. Bad
Yeah.
Robin
Oh.
episode.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dick was a little snotty in this.
Damn. Well, they flew to London, where their civilian disguises. They search Alfred's hotel room. As they leave, two men watching the hotel begin to tail them. Now we're getting to James Bond here. They get the drop on their pursuers as Batman and Robin and identify them as the Red Claw's men. Ooh. They soon drop in on a conference with three shadowy government ministers. Having learned of Frederick and Alfred's disappearance, the ministers know that the common point of their careers is a castle located on a remote Scottish island with a concealed nuclear ballistic missile. Oh my goodness. It was intended as a weapon of last resort, and Alfred and Frederick are the only men alive who know the two-part launch code. Guys, this is getting a little crazy here.
Do you think when Batman and Robin walked in, the old British folkies were like, "Who the hell is this?" They don't know who Batman is.
Oh.
Surely.
They don't cover America in London or Gotham.
I mean, I'm sure Batman's pretty famous worldwide because he's Batman. But again, that's like trying to think of a good real life modern day example. Expecting the British government to know who
They
Andy
know.
Milonakis is.
Good.
No,
Good,
they
good.
know.
Yeah,
They don't. No, they know Paul Rudd in London.
Okay.
Well, Red
And he's
Claw.
Ant-Man, so there's precedent.
Yeah, there's. Red Claw has already taken the two men to the castle and injected them with the truth serum. After some resistance, Frederick breaks down and gives his part of the code. Alfred resists longer, mumbling quotations from a British poetry.
This is so funny and stupid. I mean, I'm getting a little
I'm
ahead.
gonna say it.
I'm getting a little ahead, but eventually Alfred just starts mumbling just random crap. And she's like, why isn't it working on him? He's just saying random things. Like a password. Stupid.
Well, again, the words of Alfred it just didn't make sense for him.
I'm pretty sure he was saying like an old British nursery rhyme.
Is it a nursery rhyme?
I'm pretty sure because it sounded familiar when I didn't watch this episode.
For those who are listening, Daniel have seen these episodes.
Just keep going. We got 3 more episodes after this. He's gonna keep doing it. Just keep pushing through.
I need help. I need
stop this bit.
Oh, another less Red
not
Claw.
a bit.
I don't believe. Red Claw sends a message to London, threatening to plant the missile in the middle of London unless she is paid an enormous ransom.
Like Dr. Evil.
Like Dr. Evil. Does Red Claw wear anything else besides red?
No,
it's like her whole
one
brand,
outfit,
dude. Does Riddler wear anything other than green?
She wants to be invited to the Batman villain bout so bad. So she came up with a little outfit.
Well, Batman and Robin infiltrate the castle and fight their way through the Red Claw thugs to the upper levels. Just before they reach to the control room, Red Claw realizes that Alfred's apparent ramblings were a clever cover for the fact that one of the phrases is the code, and then initiates the launch. The lion and the unicorn, he says. Robin frees Alfred and Frederick and deals with the remaining thugs, while Batman jumps into the Batwing and flies after the missile. Red Claw, however, knocks Robin out of from behind and discreetly follows Batman onto the Batwing. Guys, the Red Claw here might win.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, aboard the Batwing, Batman is about to fire a pair of missiles, but Red Claw grabs him from the near seat and they start to fight. Red Claw removing his cowl and unmasking him in the process. Before she can see his face, in desperation, Batman injects the passenger seat, sending the Red Claw shooting out of the cockpit to plunge into the ocean. With seconds to spare, Batman locks onto the missile and fires, destroying it before it impacts. Before impact. So Batman save the world.
I think it's kind of funny that at the mere possibility of her seeing his face, he's just tries to kill her. I mean, I know that's not what it is, but it's kind of what it was.
It kind of was. Well, a crisis averted. Everyone prepared to go home. Frederick, the cousin, tells Alfred that London would be thrilled to have him back, but Alfred says he is most needed at Wayne Manor. Was this episode a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'll start with you, Daniel. What do you think?
I think it's kind of a thumbs down. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I think it's just really forgettable. Like, this episode doesn't really do anything to further anything other than maybe it's nice to see. Well, no, not even, because I was going to say maybe it's nice to see like Alfred get a little bit of his like a shine as like, oh, he's not just a butler, but then he spends the whole episode tied to a chair. So, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
No, it's a thumbs down.
Yeah. Well, Skyler, do you hate the Red Claw that you hate this episode?
Yes. No. I'm gonna agree with Daniel. I think I don't hate this episode, but I am going to give it a thumbs down because all this episode really has going for it is learning more about Alfred. But as Daniel said, he doesn't actually do anything. He gets captured, knocked out by the two goons from 101 Dalmatians.
Yes.
And that's really it. Not much going on. It's not offensive by any means. It's just if their idea was to give us an Alfred-centric episode, well, then give us an Alfred-centric episode. The one where he had that girlfriend was better than this.
You know, I agree with you, both you guys. This episode was a letdown. We were expecting more Alfred, but we got more Red Claw, and I didn't like that. And then, that episode with his girlfriend and Frederick. Yeah, again, Frederick needs to get the hell out of the show. If he comes back in the third season, get out of here.
Whoa!
Yeah,
he becomes the new Alfred in the third season.
So, which of them do you think is the lion, and which of them do you think is the unicorn? As we know, in all relationships, there's a lion and a unicorn. For me and Skyler, I'm the lion, and he's the unicorn. This is known.
Oh, is that true?
So,
because there's a bunch of lions out there, but there's only one of me.
True.
Ooh.
And I could eat you easily.
You can't eat a unicorn. They come back to life. And
Abrar has kept me from my chicken nuggets for upwards of an hour now. I could eat anything.
Stab you in the head with the horn. I watched the movie Death of a Unicorn. It wasn't very good.
Okay. It wasn't good.
Well, it was okay.
I feel like the cast was there, but I guess not the story. I didn't see it. That's what I heard.
I'd love to segue into the Death of the Unicorn review just in the middle of this other 5 reviews we're doing.
For those listening, I just feel like Paul Rudd didn't really do much in that movie.
Damn.
And you know what? You know what else he didn't do much in? The Switch 2 commercials. Thank you.
Oh,
hey, that harkens back to his old SNES commercials that he was in.
That's true.
Well, shout out to Paul Rudd. He's been we talked about it 5 times now, so shout out to him.
This is the Paul Rudd episode.
It is. Well, guys, I do have I do have an interesting fact for this episode. This is the final appearance of the Red Claw in the DCAU. It is not made clear if she drowned in the river or she was captured and imprisoned through the former. Appears more likely that she is not seen or heard from again.
I think Batman killed her. I'm not rooting for that outcome necessarily, because I prefer when Batman doesn't kill people. But I think she saw his face and he was like, "You gotta die," and just launched her into the ocean.
Again, Batman does these things. I do have another interesting fact. Of course, we are not watching how it was aired, but we're watching through the production releases or in our way.
I think it's supposed to be chronological timeline of the show, not necessarily production.
Yes,
but
yes, true. But for this episode, this is the last episode of this series. Original air date was September 15th, 1995. So was this episode perfect to be the last one in this series?
Absolutely not. No. This is how they ended it.
It's crazy. It's so terrible. We have to wait another 5 years for the new series. So
was it 5 years?
1997. So this one ended. What did I say? 1995. So sorry, 2 years. You have to wait for the next series.
This is the last one. Yeah, that's a bummer. For a kid, that's forever.
Oh, lifetime. Well, let's get into the next episode here, guys. Episode 13, Showdown.
I think Daniel should just eat his chicken nuggets.
Go ahead.
I think
what are you doing?
We're at a point. Forget podcast professionalism. This episode is already just so off the rails. Just get your chicken nuggets.
No,
that's what I root for.
I will continue to
I think
suffer as
the
a
only
martyr.
thing stopping you from getting the nuggets is you at this point. So we're
God.
not out there.
I don't know why I didn't even watch the episodes.
you you did.
I believe he did.
I believe he did. He just pulling my legs. But I in the Brown Boy
Both
Wonder
at the same
podcast.
time.
In the Brown Boy Wonder podcast, I needed and wanted all my guests to be fed.
That's too bad. You did this to me.
I did not.
Live in your crimes.
Oh, Crime Alley. Well, agents. Okay, showdown, guys. Showdown. Agents of the Society of Shadows infiltrate a retirement home and kidnap one of the elderly residents. They are interrupted by Batman and Robin, but manage to escape with their captive. Investigating the captive's room, Batman finds a tape on a chair. They return to the Batmobile and determine where the kidnappers are heading. They play the tape and hear Ra's al Ghul telling them a story. Before he tells the story here, these agents, they look like Spider-Man.
Yeah, a little bit. They got the eyes.
Yeah. At least the black suit Spider-Mans.
Yes.
I don't remember, and I don't have the episode pulled up at the moment, so you're going to have to give me a second.
He didn't
Go on.
watch the episodes
wait.
either.
When I come in and say, "Oh yeah, they do," then that's when I'll have seen it.
Okay. Well, Daniel, are you ready to listen to the Ra's al Ghul podcast?
Yeah, I see it. They're
You see
Spider-Man.
it? Okay. They're Spider-Man.
At first, I saw it
Um,
because they're wearing the gas masks, and I'm like, that doesn't look like Spider-Man. And then it happened, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's what that is.
That's Spider-Man. But are you guys ready to hear the Ra's al Ghul podcast? Well, I'm about to say.
Absolutely.
Well,
Sure.
what would his podcast name be? You see Ra's al Ghul with a microphone. The name is.
Hold
Well,
on,
that's just
I'll come
dead
up with
air on our
something.
part.
Yeah. Keep
Yeah.
going. I'll think of something. I got this.
It
Alright,
has
the
to be a
king.
play on Society of Shadows, but I'm trying to like what podcasting word fits in the Shadows part, whether it be League or Society or.
Maybe it's like
know.
a celebrity gossip podcast. So it's Society TEA of Shadows.
Oh.
Oh.
Because that would be
The
the thing. Is like,
society-
what would his podcast be about? If it's to go based on this episode, then it's just he's just telling like,
It would be about
Old
like global
serials.
terrorism news.
yeah,
He'd be like reporting on new feats and statistics of terrorism.
I got the name.
Okay.
The Society's Pit.
No. But you know
Oh.
what? That has opened the door for like we could rate Lazarus.
Oh,
Lazarus
okay.
in there somewhere.
While we think of more names here,
The
here's the
Lazy
story.
Russ. The Lazy Russ podcast, and then it's like the picture is him in like slippers on a like recliner seat.
with like cucumbers on his eyes.
Yes.
I think he would just call it Talk to a.
Oh, I think you would be on Talk to her.
Oh my god!
If
Can
that
you
was
imagine?
still a thing. That's not a thing anymore, is it?
I
No,
couldn't
she's
tell you.
gone.
Yeah.
There is an image
Should've
of
had-
me on the show.
Should have. Yeah, that's true. She should have had Ra's al Ghul on while she was still doing her thing.
She didn't know better.
Ra's would not have settled for that rug pull. He would have taken matters into his own hands.
Well, here's the story, guys. In the year 1883, when a transcontinental railroad is about to be completed, a elderly bounty hunter named Jonah Hex visits the nearby town of Devil's Hole. That's his name. Making the acquaintance of a local barmaid. He tells her he is hunting for a fugitive outlaw named Arcady Duval. Duval. She reckon Duval.
This is
She wait.
Jacksonville.
This is the fugitive outlaw Jacksonville Duval. she recognizes him immediately and says he has been driven out of town after beating up some local women. Oh my god.
I think the implication is that he hurt some
Women of the night.
prostitutes. I was trying to think of a better word, but nope.
There's 4,000 names for them.
I was pressed for time. We've had enough dead air in this episode.
You could
There's
have
a lot
said
of-
sex workers.
Don't say those.
You could have said ye
sex-
OnlyFans.
Sex worker is more positive than prostitute, I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean, look, a sex worker is a sex worker.
Well, no, I just mean the terminology. I think it just sounds less.
Well, they're the
word-
victims here. I mean, it's okay to be a little positive about them.
Okay, so they're okay. We're saying they're not these sex workers in the Jonah Hex Western area. They're not sex workers by choice, is what we're saying.
True.
Oh,
Well,
sex
well-
trafficking victims.
Yeah. Okay. Victims.
victims.
They were victims, and he. Well, I don't know their life story. Abrar, move on. I don't know why you're dwelling on this so much.
Abrar, you have to talk about this episode of a just completely different show, which is what this is, because this is not a Batman episode.
Oh,
And-
you're.
And it was
Tell us about
almost
Jonah
the
Hex,
best
the animated.
episode of these 5. Just saying.
Let's see.
I
See.
don't even disagree.
She has she has no idea where he is now. But when Jonah Hex asks if there's any strange activity in the area, she mentions strange sounds and lights coming from a local mountain.
Yeah,
And,
she goes, "Phooey, consarn it, there been some strange lights and happenstances out in the desert like." That's how she talks.
Yes, and rumors
Daniel
of a
could have been in Red
dragon.
Dead Redemption.
That's just
yes.
the way that Uncle sounds in Red Dead.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And of course, there are rumors of a dragon, guys.
There's a consarned dragon out in the desert.
Are you about to ask us if we've ever seen a dragon?
No.
I have.
Oh, where?
At a local high school that I may or may not be supposed to name,
Oh, well,
because their mascot
well,
is the dragons.
Oh,
I saw a dragon at Disneyland during the Phantasmic show.
Hmm.
did he had fire in his lungs?
Yep.
In his lungs?
Well, first
Not
of all, it
lungs.
was a she.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, she did breathe fire.
Nice.
Oh, it wasn't Figment. It was Maleficent, not Maleficent. Who? The Evil Queen. Does she have a real
Yeah,
name? It doesn't matter.
Maleficent
So
turns into a
anyway, in
dragon.
Jonah Hex,
Yeah.
Maleficent
Yes.
turns into a dragon.
does the
Oh,
Evil
that's
Queen
a big
not have a
spoiler.
dragon?
What?
Is Maleficent the Evil Queen from Aurora?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh.
Well, guys, this is our first introduction of this version of Jonah Hex. What do you guys think about this gunslinger?
I like Jonah Hex.
He's neat. He
I
looks
mean-
like a Scooby-Doo villain.
He does look like, I think that's just a byproduct of this animation style. That is true.
Mhm.
But Jonah Hex is cool. Cowboys are cool. Westerns are cool. I like it.
You just liked
I-
it because this episode felt like The Rocketeer,
Ooh,
which, much like this episode, I haven't seen.
You know, it kind of becomes a little Rocketeer-y later. I kept thinking like if Wild Wild West was good.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think so too.
I could see that. It definitely. What it is it's a like a Western pulp serial. Like that's what
Yes.
this episode is supposed to be
Yeah.
like themed
Yeah.
around for sure.
Mm. We are all on the
I-
same page now.
I feel like, well, at least the casual audience, they think Jonah Hex is not a superhero, or like maybe he's like it's like a D-lister when it
Well,
comes
I
to
mean,
DC superheroes.
He's
Strictly
definitely
speaking-
pretty far down the list.
Strictly speaking, he's just a cowboy.
Yeah.
He's got a
I
gross
don't
face.
know. I don't know how much the general public does think about Jonah Hex, and I don't know how many of those people that do think about him think about the Josh Brolin movie.
No one does. No one
it-
remembers that.
They shouldn't think of that movie. And I think that movie gave him like supernatural powers that he doesn't normally have.
Mhm.
So again,
Yes.
I think he's just a cowboy with a burned face. He's a Western legend.
I don't think he has supernatural powers, but he does deal with supernatural stuff.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't
he shot
it,
a demon or two in his time.
Wasn't it Megan Fox in that movie too?
She was a sex worker.
Oh. Interesting. Well, she leads him to the mountain, and then he sends her back. Sneaking inside the mountain, he finds an impromptu factory and an enormous airship held by the Zeppelins. He sees Duval acting an overseer of the workmen. Duval whips one of the men and is immediately reprimed by Raish, who is in command. Raish Al Ghul gives a speech saying that he will use the airship called the Phoenix to destroy the railroad, and then move east to Washington and take over the United States government, halting its destruction of the Western environment. I never played this part of Red Dead Redemption 2, but they should have added this in the game.
A big airship?
Yeah.
I mean, I really like Red Dead Redemption 2, but if they added more fantastical stuff like this, it'd be so cool. It'd be so much better.
The reason why that game's so good is because it's so real. If you add like Fortnite stuff in there.
So what
we're looking Fortnite stuff, add some cool blimps and like you know what? No, there is a robot in Red Dead 2.
Is it
There's a side quest with a robot. And he kills his owner.
automaton?
It's a Frankenstein thing.
Oh, yes.
You
That's
don't
like
remember. You're just playing it.
No, that was in the middle of the game. I had to complete that.
Abrar, it doesn't exist. I made it up.
You know why? Because that was part of the bit.
It is real, and now you've fallen for it twice.
No,
I don't
I
know.
watch
Real
these
or not.
episodes.
Damn it. Well, Skyler, what are you saying here?
I don't know if it's real or not, that robot in the game. It doesn't sound like it would be real. But what I was going to jump in and say is I agree with what Daniel's saying. If this was in Red Dead, it would be cool. And I agree with what you're saying, Abrar, that Red Dead is cool because of how realistic it is. So therefore, I think there should just be a Jonah Hex game.
Ooh.
Let's do
but it would have
it.
to be made by Rockstar or it'd be doo-doo.
No, Activision. Let them have it.
I mean, maybe. I think they're
you don't
working
think
on
that
some stuff.
that Rocksteady could make a Jonah Hex in the Batman Arkham universe?
I don't trust them right now. The last thing they put out was Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. So.
Oh, that's true. Okay, fuck them.
I downloaded that. That was free on the store.
Did you
you
play
play
it?
No,
You
I don't have enough
downloaded
space.
it? You don't have space on your hard drive.
Hey,
No,
wait, what do you mean?
It's in my library.
How many games I've told you to play, and you're out here playing Suicide Squad killed the Justice League?
I didn't play it. It's in my library.
Play it. It's somehow even more offensive.
I'm gonna
Just
unfriend you on
took up
PlayStation.
space for no reason.
Yes, I do agree. If there was a Jonah Hex, there's a Wolverine game that's not going to be out anytime soon. Maybe a Jonah Hex game should be out there.
I think like a Western, a Red Dead clone with fantastical elements. It doesn't even necessarily have to be Jonah Hex, but I think that's what we're looking for, and I think that would be really fun to play.
What about like a HBO Max series for Jonah Hex?
What about the episode that we're talking about?
That is true.
Talking about Jonah Hex, just go get your chicken nuggets and let me and Abrar talk about Jonah Hex. I would watch a Jonah Hex HBO Max series, bro. Yes.
Yes. Hex is discovered and captured and brought before Duval. Hex says he's there to collect the bounty and pay back on insult to a lady friend of Hex's back east. Duval snorts and orders. Snorts? Is that snorts? He orders Hex to be killed, but Ra's al Ghul appears and counteracts him again, ordering Hex to be locked up instead.
Yeah, I did want to say how stupid this part of the episode is because Duval like whips a guy who's in the armor, and then 4 seconds later we see that the armor is bulletproof. And I was like, I think
Duval's
he's probably fine actually.
He's not a smart man.
The guy reacts like he's being hurt, and then Raish comes over and is like, "Don't whip my boys," because this is like 100 years ago or whatever. So he hasn't been in the Lazarus Pit as many times, and presumably is less evil. Therefore, but
I think that's your classic Darth Vader thinks he can choke people, so just pretend and lie down.
sure.
Hey, Darth Vader does that. As the airship departs, Hex escapes his cell and runs after it, managing to catch a trailing line and climbs aboard. At the inauguration ceremony for the railroad, the governor is about to drive the final spike. Still, a valley of cannonballs from the Phoenix destroys and the waiting locomotive, and much of the town destroys. At the people scattered, Ra's al Ghul orders another volley. Hex reveals himself and pursues Duval as he climbs into the ship's rigging. The captain's telling his men to stop firing as the zeppelins holding up the ship are full of hydrogen gas. Hex faces off with Duval wielding a saber and a Hex Bowie knife. Amid their furious duel, Hex points a howitzer up towards the zeppelins and
A howitzer.
Howitzer. What is that? Is that what he was doing?
It's a cannon.
It's a big cannon.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a punch that Luffy does.
Ooh.
Oh. Well,
That's from
he
One
does
Piece.
that. He fires, initiating the hydrogen. The ship loses altitude and begins to burn. Raish escapes the ship in a personal glider, telling the rest of the men to save themselves, but is abandoned Duval. The ship crashes, throwing both Hex and Duval off. Duval begs for his life, but Hex tells him he has no interest in killing him. Instead, he'll deliver him alive to the law. He finds his hat and remarks briefly, "I'm getting too old for this," just like Danny Glover. In the present, Batman Robin catches up with Ra's al Ghul at the airport, where he reveals the identity of the elderly captive. It is... Go ahead, Skyler, you can say it.
Arcady.
Oh, yes!
Dude, this is for no one. There's a single Jacksonville Jaguars fan listening. Please let us know.
Please, if you're from Jacksonville, you gotta know this. Ra's al Ghul explains that Duval is still his son. Through Ra's realized early on that he is too cruel and unstable to be his heir. Exposure to the Lazarus Pit as a young man explains his longevity. He is now more than 100 years old. Damn. But his
like
mind...
Hasbulla.
Yes. Oh, he's more than 100. He's 1,000. But his mind has been shattered by his long prison sentence. And he is now far too feeble for even the pit to restore him. Ra's al Ghul had lost track of him until recently. He asked them to let him go so he can do what he can do for his son in the little time he has left. Batman agrees, knowing that they will meet again one day. Was this episode a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. It was fun.
I think I was already pretty clear on how much I like Jonah Hex earlier, so I think
the framing device did nothing, and the episode was not a Batman episode, but it was a good episode of Jonah Hex.
That's
so
true.
I was happy with it.
The framing device doesn't really add much, but I do like the reveal that Duval was Raish's son. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. It adds a little bit to Raish, more than it adds anything to Batman.
Yeah, it's more heartfelt and like an interesting ending for Batman at least.
And I think it's neat that Raish he left in the little audiobook to listen to, and he was like, "Listen, I know that normally I'm up to hood rat shit whenever you see me, but hear me out. I'm just taking care of some family business." Batman's like, "All right, be on your way." I like that.
Yeah, he let the quote unquote bad guy do his thing, which is good. It's great.
He didn't
I
really
do
do anything bad this time, to be fair.
he kind of kidnapped him, no? Oh,
He stole a guy, but it's his own son, so.
But is that kidnapping?
Well, he's not going
Yes.
anywhere else.
That is true. Oh, definitely not.
The most common people who do kidnappings, like most of the time when somebody is kidnapped, it is by one of their parents.
That is true. That's like, I don't want to throw out a wrong statistic, but it's a large number of Amber Alerts.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Well, you'll see me in my car getting that Amber Alert.
What?
Okay.
No, I won't. Well, I have an interesting fact for this episode. Well, I have at least two or a few of them here. There are at least 2 references to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the 1989 film. Do you know the reference? Anybody?
Last Crusade. No, just go ahead and hit us with it.
Hex makes reference to himself being like a bad penny.
Oh, he keeps turning up.
Yeah. Although Hex loses his hat, it somehow returns to him at the end of the episode, just like in Indy.
Also, Duval is voiced by Malcolm McDowell. That hasn't been said yet.
Oh, who is he? What is he? Who do he voice?
I mean, he's just a famous actor. I'm trying to think of something specific that you would know him from. Hang on, let me look up his. Talk about your next thing, and I'll come back to you with McDowell's filmography.
Well, Daniel, I do have another interesting fact. This episode included as a bonus cartoon from the DC Comics vault on the Blu-ray release of Batman Gotham by Gaslight 2018.
That should have been the previous episode because that one looked like Gotham by Gaslight.
For real, I know.
It's interesting that I didn't have this off the top of my head, but obviously he was the main character in A Clockwork Orange.
Oh, that guy? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, he must be old when he was doing the voiceover here.
He's still old now. Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Shout out to him.
He was on Heroes. Does anybody remember that? He was on like season 1 of Heroes.
I remember the 2005 show.
Well, I know you remember I remember the show, but do you remember that he was on it?
No.
Well, then I can't help you. Go on.
Well, the next episode here is episode 14. It is Riddler's Reform. The Riddler is released from Arkham Asylum on parole, and it seems that he's already up to his old tricks as he has a couple of his goons bring out a box marked with a question marks from a van. Batman from the shadows is instantly upon him and demands to know what's in the box. What's in the box? However, Charles Baxter, president of Wacko Toys, arrives and demands to know what Batman and Robin are up to. Riddler and Baxter explain that they're now partners and they're going to make a killing. Riddler claims that his riddle crimes are things in the past, ancient history. That's all gone now. I'm a new man, he said. Ha 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 ha. But you probably won't figure that out until it's too late. Batman tries to warn Baxter about Riddler, but Baxter feels Riddler's recognition factor is too great as an asset to pass up. Riddler gives Robin one of the puzzles and leaves with his new partner. So do you guys believe that Riddler has moved on to his new life?
No. As far as like Batman villains that are the most marketable, like we're gonna put you on toys for kids. Riddler? I know he like this Riddler specifically is all about puzzles and stuff, but I mean, I'm not suggesting put the Joker on toys because he's kind of a mass murderer. But like, who else
He's
is more
really
marketable?
particular about his branding.
It's like Monopoly, the old guy. That's marketable. So it's the same thing as Riddler.
That didn't really answer my question, unless you're just saying that you think Riddler is the most marketable one.
I think so.
Wow, more than Harley Quinn.
Who's the most marketable?
She is a clown.
I mean, the ventriloquist sucks ass, but he is a toy.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy could be marketable for, like, not weed killer. That would work. But
No.
some sort of lawn care. I don't know.
Maybe Mr. Freeze, like ice cream. You get a little Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, he can sell you ices at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Or he could just be like a freezer repairman. He just comes in and freezes your stuff in a block of ice.
Sure.
This is yet another episode where Batman refuses to believe someone can change and stalks them. But to be fair,
yes,
Riddler's not even trying to change, and he is, as we'll find out, like teasing Batman, leaving clues about like, haha, I am doing bad things and you can't prove it, stupid. Whereas Penguin, I feel, kind of did want to change, but was just awful.
Bullied.
Yes, and bullied. And let's see who else. Batman was willing to believe Poison Ivy had changed, but she just hadn't. So there's that.
No.
I'm trying to think. Was there another one?
Batman believes women. That's good to know.
Well, he tried. Turns out he shouldn't.
Well,
Two-Face, kinda. I mean, that's his best friend.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Oh yeah, it's true. Well, later, while Dick examines the puzzle, a newscast explains that there was a robbery at Newman's import-export company. The items stolen are old artifacts that are irreplaceable. Bruce thinks back on Riddler's comment to him and realizes that Riddler is behind the robbery. Dick is not convinced, but Bruce is sure that Riddler's mind is too obsessed to stop with his riddle crimes. Just then, a commercial comes on, and Riddler uses the riddle number 3175370 and flips it over to show a map. Bruce uses the number as map coordinates 3175 and 3701, intersecting at the downtown financial district, and he finds Riddler's target is the First National Bank. As CJ says in San Andreas, shit, here we go again.
So Batman said in this episode.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Batman and Robin wait at the bank, but nothing happens there. Robin starts to think that they were wrong about Riddler, but Batman remembers that Riddler flipped the number over. By flipping the number over, he gets the address 10 Leslie, making Robin realizes that they're in the wrong place. Meanwhile, Riddler's thugs rob and tell Riddler that Batman is nowhere to be seen. Riddler is disappointed that Batman is losing his touch as he tells his thugs to leave. He then joins a party to making sure he is seen. Just then, Batman and Robin make it to the store and take on the Riddler's thugs. During the fight, a display case falls on Robin while Batman helps him. The thugs make it their getaway. Batman tries to follow them, but they manage to escape. I don't think I asked you guys this, but have you guys ever broke a bone or know someone who broke a foot? Like Robin?
Okay.
Here?
Have I ever broken a bone or known someone who's broken a foot?
Yeah.
Okay. No and no. I'm gonna go ahead and do the knock on wood thing, superstition, whatever. But as of now in my life, I've never actually broken a bone.
What about you, Daniel?
I've never broken a bone. I don't think I know anyone who's broken a foot. My sister sprained her foot one time.
I know people who have broken
Is this good content?
What'd you say, Skyler?
I said it doesn't matter. Just go.
During this pursuit, it was raining during the scene, and I feel like the quality of
I am glad
print,
you said that because it pissed me off when I was watching it. Where
did not
are
look good.
Really
where are the
bad.
friends that like to talk about animation? To get them in here because it was like just a rain effect that they overlaid on top of the animation. They didn't actually animate rain.
And they would change
Yeah.
the direction it was moving randomly.
Ugh.
Yes, it made it like 144p. It did not look good at all. But I can't say anything else because it already happened. They already released the episode. Should they know when they release the episode that it doesn't look good?
Hey, don't care. This is for kids.
It is. Not for us. At the party, Riddler makes his presence known and finds himself the center of attention of two beautiful women. Before he can enjoy it, however, he is informed of a phone call in the next room. Riddler goes to answer the call, but finds that Batman is in the room waiting for him. Just like that episode with Penguin. He was like right there. Batman informs the Riddler that he's on to him. Riddler is unconcerned and turns on a device that allows all members of the party to hear the conversation. Riddler starts telling Batman that he could be giving riddles, or maybe that Batman is just being paranoid. He then opens the wall, revealing Batman to the party guests, who laughs at his expense. Batman doesn't much care and warns Riddler that he'll get him eventually, and he leaves.
I can't believe you skipped over the part where the floozies were flirting with the Riddler. I almost said Hitler. Excuse me.
Oh.
That's a different
No.
episode.
I did mention about the beautiful women. Yeah, they did that. Yeah.
But they were like, there's that one lady that had the little radio balls, and she was like, "What do these do?" Riddler's like, "Oh." It's like, what's going on here?
It's like the scene in Jingle All the Way where all the women were attracted to Ted.
Oh yeah.
Big time. Also, I feel like Riddler single-handedly embarrassed Batman with his crowd here. It's kind of messed up.
So yeah, that was the intent, and he and all the stuffed shirts at this party are like, ha 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 ha, stupid Batman.
Mhm.
Batman. I don't think he's actually embarrassed by it though. He's just like, I know what you're up to, and I'm gonna get you.
Well, Riddler is upset over Batman's threat because he feels that Batman is right. Riddler claims that he has fooled everyone, including doctors, the parole board, and the police, but only Batman has challenged him. He decides that he can't let himself go back to Arkham Asylum, and he must kill Batman. On a commercial, Riddler says you should go back to where it started with toys. Bruce thinks this means the target is the Gotham Convention Center, where a toys fair is being held. I feel like Anthony again should be a part of this episode because he loves toys.
It is an
And
awful toy
reviews.
fair though, because the first thing that we see in it is like torture devices and Houdini escape things. That's not
Yeah.
a toy.
It's a toy for kids.
No, the water escape torture thing is not a toy for kids.
Maybe for babies. They don't know what they're playing with. I don't know.
I'm gonna say toys are in the eye of the beholder. We're gonna move on.
Oh, I need to put that quote on my wall.
No,
We need to see that.
I don't think that we should be encouraging children to play with
I'm
these
not
things.
condoning anything.
No. Kids, play your Barbies and your G.I. Joes, please, and Hot Wheels.
But only those
At-
three, nothing else.
That's
Get your
it.
Beyblades out of here.
Oh yeah.
And-
Aren't we supposed to start a Beyblades competition? That's next time.
Whoa.
Next time. Batman goes to the convention center and finds Riddler there waiting for him. Riddler fires a gun at Batman and misses. Batman throws a batarang at Riddler and discovers it's just a balloon. Behind the balloon is a giant riddle box, which Batman opens and finds a giant TV. Turning on the TV, Batman receives a message reminding that Batman he would make a killing at the toy fair, revealing that there is a bomb set in the center. All of Batman's escape routes are cut off, and the bomb goes off.
Batman's dead.
Yes.
You know what should have been at this toy fair? Tech decks.
Oh, I had one. I had the Young Justice tech deck.
Oh,
I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think it's in the attic. It's up there. I asked Google this question here: if are bats known to escape from dangerous places?
you asked that to Google?
Yes, because again, a bomb just it looks like Batman's dead. But like,
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah.
What did Google come back with?
It said, yes, Batman. Oh, not Batman. Bats are known to try and escape from dangerous or uncomfortable situations. They will typically attempt to find an exit and leave on their own. If they are trapped or lost in a building, they may also seek to avoid humans, though they are generally not aggressive and only bite in self-defense when handled. So Batman might survive this because at least time we know he is a biter. Remember in the last episode?
I'm going to ask you two questions. First of all, that description you just read is different from all other animals. How?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And my next question is the more important question. Did you find an actual source, or was that the AI overview on Google? Oh, look at his face. Look at his face. You son of a bitch.
Again, I do not condone AI, only for fun things. Oh my goodness.
I got your
Got
ass
his ass
so
so
hard.
good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. Let's move on here. Believing Batman is dead, Riddler burns his costume, promising to end his criminal career for good. But Batman shows up. Riddler thugs try to stop him, but they are no match for him. Riddler is shocked, sure that Batman couldn't escape from the explosion. He asks Batman how he escaped, and he decides to make a deal with them. He'll tell him where he hid all the stolen goods and how he committed the crimes if Batman will tell him how he escaped. Batman, of course, refuses the offer and shows Riddler his own two-way radio device. The other side of the device is capped by Commissioner Gordon, who enters and takes Riddler away. While being dragged away, Riddler asks Batman to tell him how he escaped. Like, dude, help me! How did you escape? I cannot think of anything else. But Batman kept silent.
So they used the Riddler's own little radio just to insult him, because you could have used any radio. Radios exist.
But it was his radio.
Microphone.
That's the insult.
Yeah, it was just to get at him.
Well, Batman, back at Wayne Manor, Bruce and Dick talk about the situation, and Dick asks how Batman managed to escape. Bruce explains that he couldn't escape, so he jumped into a safe. Dick congratulates Bruce, as he would never thought of it himself. Bruce is sure the Riddler wouldn't have either. In Arkham, Riddler screams insanely at top of his lungs that he must know how Batman escaped. Much to his dismay to the other inmates, he kept saying, "I have to know." Was this episode a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I think it's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think I've liked all the Riddler episodes for the most part.
Except for the VR one.
Well, that one was, I don't remember if I gave that a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but I think my reading on that was it wasn't as good as the first Riddler episode, but it was still okay. This one is, this one's fine. Thumbs up.
Yeah, but what about you, Daniel? Do you hate The way Riddler looked like.
I mean, he just looks like a generic guy when he takes the costume off. So, I mean, not really. I guess he's maybe a little bit boring in that regard. I don't know. This for me, it's very middle of the road. Like, it's just an episode. I guess I'll give it a thumbs up just because I don't necessarily think it did really anything wrong. But it's not like an episode that excites me, you know? Like, it's all right. I mean, it's the second episode in a row with a Indiana Jones reference, so that's something.
Yeah, and this one predates the actual Indiana Jones thing.
Indiana Jones stole this.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like this is also a thumbs up for me. I just liked how the ending of this episode was. It's just like a more like a ha 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 got him type of thing. It's like the episode got him. Yeah, it's a good Riddler episode. I like it. I do have an interesting fact for this one. So I did mention about the Wacko Toy Company is a nod to the famous Whammo Toy Company, the maker of the Frisbee and the hula hoop.
It might be a reference also to Wacko of the Animaniacs.
That's more likely, I feel.
Oh, I guess so. Well, guys, now we're in our last episode here. It is episode 15, Second Chance. Batman and Robin watch intently as an ambulance carrying Two-Face takes them to the hospital. Robin asks Batman if the operation will make Harvey better again, but Batman is unsure. He then remembers the accident that created Two-Face. Harvey, no.
Glad they replayed that clip.
Yes. Looking back at it now, do we blame Batman for Harvey Dent's accident after all these episodes?
No. I don't. Guess you could, but I don't.
A little. I mean, it's a little blame, but it's not fully to him.
I would blame Rupert Thorne more than I would blame Batman.
Yeah, I would too. But the thing is, when that accident happened, Batman pushed the Doug's bullets to Harvey. So it was kind of Batman's accident, but again, we're in Rupert Thorne's area, so it is Rupert Thorne's fault.
I think it's not Batman's fault, but there is reason for Batman himself to believe it was.
Yes. Yes, that's a good point. Well, inside the hospital, the doctor talked to Harvey, telling him that his bad side has been almost submerged, and they believe that they can remove the scars that created Two-Face. The persona will be forever gone. Harvey then asks if Bruce picked up the tab for it and thinks back on his friendship with Bruce. Harvey is put under, and the doctors prepare for the surgery. But before they can act, thugs run in and start firing machine guns into the room. They take Harvey Dent, claiming that the boss wants to teach him some respect. Batman and Robin tries to stop the thugs, but they fail to keep them from escaping the room. The duo after the escape vehicles, but Robin fails to stop his target. Batman succeeds, but finds that Harvey isn't in the van. Do you guys like these chase scenes? I feel like they're a little too redundant now. We've been seeing them a little bit too much.
I mean, there have been a lot of chase scenes, but I don't know about redundant.
Well, what about you, Daniel?
You got the whole Batmobile. You got to do something with it. I haven't
That's
noticed
true.
it as like an issue yet, but maybe.
Batmobile's in the show, so you got to use it. And Robin was running on a train. It's pretty good animation in this, I felt. So this episode definitely gets a pass.
Yeah, I agree.
For a problem that I didn't consider until you said that.
Thank you. Later, Batman and Robin considered where the vehicles were going and whom they were registered to. They decided that either the Penguin or Rupert Thorne must be behind the kidnapping. Robin heads out to check out Thorne while Batman goes to interrogate Penguin. Oh no, guys, Penguin is in this episode. I hope it's not a bad episode.
It's okay. This has potential to turn out to be the best episode that the Penguin's in. Just give it a second.
Let's see here. While Robin attempts to sneak in on Thorn, he caught but taken to his target. Robin explains that Harvey's been kidnapped and thinks Thorn's behind it. Thorn just laughs at the thought and has his thugs take Robin into the Gotham Gate Bridge to throw him off into the river. Moments later, Robin wakes up in the trunk of a car with his hands tied behind his back and has tape over his mouth. Luckily, Robin has a glass cutter in his glove and managed to cut the bonds. He makes short work of the thugs, but is no closer to finding who is behind Harvey's kidnapping. During the scene, I was thinking, like, wouldn't he cut himself with the glass cutter in his sleeve?
No, he's got it tucked in a very special little pouch inside the glove.
Oh, just like when wrestlers have to blade themselves, they have the little pouch, I guess.
Well, I think a lot of times they put it in the wrist tape.
Yeah, but so there's the wrist tape, and then they put it on the tape, and then they cover it.
Yeah.
So that's what Robin did. So that's good. That's good. I don't know. He was a pro wrestler.
I mean,
Batman,
he dresses like one, kind of.
He does. Yeah. He got the mask. That's Ricochet. Batman goes to see Penguin. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. All right, Daniel, you ready for this? This might be a bad episode. Batman goes to see Penguin. Penguin explains that while Harvey had stolen a jewel-encrusted statue of two-headed rock from him, he isn't behind the kidnapping and would take on Two-Face directly. He then sets his birds on Batman and shoves him off the prison wall. Batman manages to escape, but he too is unable to tell who kidnapped Harvey. Okay, you're right, Skyler. This was the best moment of Penguin's history in the show.
He definitely could have been worse. Who gave him birds in prison?
I don't know. It's like a bird cage.
Let him have all those birds?
There were different type of birds, right? There were pigeons. There were like eagles in there.
I do not believe there was an eagle.
There gotta be some eagles in there, like baby eagles. But a bird cage in the Penguin cell is a nice touch.
He loves birds in this show because he is a bird.
Debatable.
I did always think that was odd.
Well, but when you think of a bird, you don't think of a penguin.
Well, a penguin is a bird.
But you don't. When you think of it, you don't think of a penguin instantly.
We are so close to the finish line. I implore you.
Well, again, we messed up on talking about something else before this episode here. That would not be brought up.
Oh, do you mean the Rocky Mountain oysters?
Oh. No, yes, that. But stop. The duo meets. Don't. Okay. Personal announcement. Public service announcement. Do not eat them, please.
You can eat them if you want. It's okay, unless it's against your religion, which we found out it might be for some people.
I was telling Abrar not to eat them. If you're out there and you want to eat them, you can eat them.
They're probably a delicacy somewhere.
I guess so. Well, the duo meets up again, and Batman is now sure he knows who kidnapped Harvey. This is my favorite part here. Returning to the scene of the kidnapping, Batman finds a masonry dust on one of the kidnapper's footprints, or boot prints. He now knows where Harvey is and heads out to get him. Robin wants to go too, but Batman tells him that he has to do it alone.
Batman's such an asshole. There's no reason for that. Not only will he not tell him who did it, because he knows we're watching. But he's
Yes.
like, no, go home. I got it. And by the way, he doesn't have it. It's a good thing Robin didn't listen.
Oh, remember that the Robin's Reckoning episode? He told him not to pursue that attacker because he might know something. But point of the episode, I was like, oh, I was rubbing my hands together, like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Batman heads out to the Half Moon Club, no pun intended, to confront Harvey's worst enemy. Daniel, you can say it.
What am I supposed to be saying?
It's Two-Face.
It's Two-Face! That's his enemy, the worst enemy. He kidnapped himself. Do you guys like this twist here?
I didn't know it. I didn't watch the episode, first of all. But also I just literally didn't know what you wanted me to say.
It's a great it's a great twist. It's a great just character moment for Two-Face of who is the person who hates Harvey Dent the most. And it's his other half, and how like he orchestrated being kidnapped himself because they were trying to get rid of the Two-Face half. It's just a perfect revelation.
It's great. It's I feel like this should have been like part of a movie plot or something. Maybe like in Dark Knight Rises or something. But yeah, I love this twist here. It reminds me of the Jigsaw movies or Saw movies. However, Batman is captured by Two-Face's thugs and chained up to a crane. Two-Face tells Batman he'll detonate some dynamite that connected to the crane and kill Batman unless the coin says different. He flips the coin, but Batman insists that Two-Face let it hit the ground as he wants to see which face lands up. Two-Face agrees to the terms and lets the coin fall. The coin lands on the edge. Shocked, Two-Face flipped the coin again, but it lands on the edge again. Because no heads is up, Two-Face can't decide what to do and keeps flipping the coin. Batman manages to escape his bonds during this time and takes out Two-Face's thugs, but before the thugs accidentally activate the dynamite detonator.
I feel like you're kind of no-selling the fact that the coin landed standing straight up multiple times in a row.
It is. I'm selling it. Meanwhile, okay, how about this? Meanwhile, Two-Face continues to flip his coin, but it keeps landing on an edge.
You don't need to say it again. We got you. It's okay. We got it.
Until it goes over the edge of the building. There we go. Two-Face goes after the coin falling off the building himself, but Batman catches him. Batman tells Two-Face he needs his other hand to pull him up, but without the coin, Two-Face can't decide what to do. Batman tells him, "It's a trick coin, you dumbass." Yes. And it will always land on an edge, so Two-Face will have to make a decision on his own.
Now, Abrar, I'm going to ask you the typical Abrar question.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely don't know, but I believe it doesn't. Does this exist? A coin that can land standing straight up every time?
I don't think so, but
I don't see how that can exist. I'm willing to let it go. I do think it's the silliest part of this episode.
Yeah.
But, it's a cartoon, so it's fine. Whatever.
Unless there is some coins that does that, please let us know. Because I want to buy that. While this goes on, the thugs prepare to kill both Batman and Two-Face, but Robin shows up and stops them. Two-Face decides to let Batman save him, but then changes his mind and punches his enemy. Unable to let Harvey die, Batman goes after Two-Face and catches him and uses a grapple hook to escape both the fall and the dynamite. Two-Face rather die than make a decision. That is crazy.
I want to talk about the little trick shot that Robin does with his shuriken. He puts the goons inside the elevator, and then he throws it in, bounces off the wall, and it hits the elevator button. Good job, Robin.
That's pretty good. We just mentioned about Robin being like a little brat, but I think he's doing well.
Well, he was
Here.
a brat in the other episode where he didn't know Alfred was cool.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
he's doing his job here.
Well, later, Two-Face is taken back to Arkham Asylum, while Harvey is happy to see Bruce is there for him. After Harvey is taken away, Bruce then tells Dick that he's glad that he's always there for him. Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs up? Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Thumbs up or a thumbs up? It's a thumbs up. I think this is the best of the 5 we've watched this time.
Mm.
And I think it's the best Two-Face episode.
Oh, better than his debut?
The two-parter, you mean? Yeah, the two-parter's really good. But I don't know. I really like this one. The same way that how the Clayface two-parter.
Yeah.
But then there's the Mudslide episode.
Mudslide.
It's really good.
What about you, Daniel? Can you not decide without a coin?
No, I'm good. I've upgraded to a deck of cards. So
It's a lot more
I
choices.
I have 52
Yes.
choices. And I have decided that my ruling on this episode is the Queen of Hearts.
Ooh.
There you
Ooh,
go.
that means he loves it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thumbs up. I think it's really good. I think it does some really interesting stuff with Two-Face. I do still think that I kind of prefer the Jonah Hex episode. I think it was more like different and fun, but I enjoy this story. This might be like one of the first places that I had seen this story told about Two-Face, but I feel like it is one that has been sort of replayed a lot, and so on rewatch,
Right.
which I didn't do,
You
this did feel kind of like rehashing some stuff, but it is a really good telling of this story, so definitely a thumbs up.
Absolutely. This is also a big thumbs up for me. It's just, this is such a typical Two-Face storyline, at least towards the twist here. So I love this episode. This is a huge thumbs up for me. So I do have an interesting fact for this episode,
Hit it.
but here's the thing. This is my favorite interesting fact of this entire
Awesome.
series.
Of a whole series.
Whole series here. My favorite
Wow.
interesting fact.
Let's see what it is.
This is the last speaking appearance of the Penguin on Batman the Animated Series.
He's dead. We made it, ladies and gentlemen. He's
Yes. He's
Apparently
gone,
He comes back in the New Adventures, though, right?
but he's not speaking.
Well, Batman the Animated Series. So that's like the rest of this season. But New Adventures might be different. He might show up and talk in there too.
Oh.
dead.
I just ruined it for Abrar.
Oh
I'm so
my
sorry.
god, he didn't know. He didn't understand.
I'm so sorry.
Well, when it comes to interesting facts, this is my favorite.
Fair enough.
So yeah. So that was it, guys. That was it for this episode of 11 through 15. Next week will be the season finale episodes of Batman the Animated Series. This series particularly. But yeah, can't wait for that. And Daniel, where can they find you?
You can find me and Skyler actually on our other podcast, Ready Set Replay, where we talk about currently Star Trek, but soon some other TV show, as well as anything happening in pop culture and retro video games. So if you like any of those things, come stop by Ready Set Replay on YouTube and Spotify.
Fantastic. I'm surprised because we did Survivor on this pod. I'm surprised you haven't done Survivor yet on your.
Well, we've only done Star Trek, and we haven't finished it yet. So
Oh, that's true.
We'll be moving on to other things. And Daniel has heavily implied that he would very much like a season of Survivor to be one of them. So
yeah, we're definitely going to do Survivor at some point. but we're only like I think a third of the way through TOS right now, so
Mhm.
we might have a minute.
Remember that
No,
game
no.
show? Or that competition show. I survived a Japanese game show.
You're talking about the on the Hulu? Is it a Hulu special?
No, it was like 15 years ago. We should watch that.
Oh, you guys should watch it. Skyler, what about you, man? Can they find you besides Ready Set Replay?
They can if they must. I'm on
Wow.
Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit. Daniel didn't say his.
I didn't. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Subscribe to the podcast. Don't follow me on socials.
Okay.
Yeah, I would rather you subscribe to the podcast if you were going to subscribe to anything. But if you have to, I am on Blue Sky. I want to thank Abrar for having us on. And I want to say that for this episode, we all had that dog on us, and I'm just so sorry that dog was Droopy Dog. So
Droopy dog.
maybe a little
my
bit
goodness.
of Muttley too.
No one knows who Muttley is.
Kids,
Well-
go watch Wacky Races.
Where?
And
Where do you even
and-
watch Wacky Races in 2025?
That's not my problem. That's their problem to figure out.
also
Very
watch
nice.
Formula One. That's out there.
That's so
Um,
unrelated.
Formula
It is.
One.
Yeah.
We're currently during the 24 hours of Le Mans right now. Let's see the progress. Put that up. You can finish. I've checked out. We're done.
Yes, follow these guys on Race at Replay podcast. They do crazy things there. To talk about, of course, Star Trek. To talk about current events. Follow Ready Set Replay podcast on YouTube and everywhere else.
And we actually stay on topic on Ready Set Replay. Just saying.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Well, for those listeners for the Brown Boy Wonder podcast, they know we go off topic all the time, so they're
They
used
would
to it.
have to at this point. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'll say this. This is probably going to be my 198th episode ever. This episode right here we're talking about right now. Oh, no. Sorry. It's going to be 199 right here. So I believe the next week, the season finale will be the 200th episode. So we'll do crazy things there. Yes, sir.
What kind of crazy
For that,
things?
guys,
I'm so
is.
excited.
you'll be a part of it. I believe, right?
Actually, I don't know. I haven't looked at next week.
If you're not part of the schedule, then you can still hop on because it's the season finale. Pretty much series finale for the series. Of course, there's a third season. We'll do that next time. But let me just wrap this up. Follow this podcast. Follow them. And adios, senorita.
I like it when you call me.
That was a good ending.
Senorita.